What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's episode of The Sports Sermon. We are brought to you by Scooch, the most functional phone case on the market. Check out ScoochCase.com to get yours today and use the code SPORTS18, sports with a Z, of course, to get a 10% discount on your order. Stay tuned till the end for a special Scooch giveaway as well. But now, today's episode.
And welcome inside the Sports Sermon. I am Dylan Staggy, and I'm here today with Jason Gotti and Dan Majors. And as you can tell by the title, today we are talking about the Chicago Bears. A year ago, the Bears finished 5-11 on the season, but made a big pickup this offseason, hiring head coach Matt Nagy. I think that's how you say it. A lot of people said it wrong, so my brain has been brainwashed. I apologize. But this team has a lot of hype this year. So my first question to you guys, any chance they reach the kind of potential that people have touted them as the Rams or Eagles in terms of improvement this year?
Yeah, so I have not heard the Eagles one. That's one that was new to me. I've heard the Rams one a lot, so that's one that I kind of dive into. The comparisons make sense on the outside. A young, offensive-minded head coach with an ascending second-year quarterback. But for me, that's kind of where the comparisons stop. They can't and won't be that team because you have to look at the two situations. Last year for the Rams, they played in the NFC West with a franchise-shifting Seahawks, a quarterback-less Cardinals, and a young 49ers team that didn't find their quarterback until the middle of the season. The Bears play this year in the NFC North with the most talented team in the league in the Minnesota Vikings, the best QB in the league in Aaron Rodgers, and an incredibly deep team in the Detroit Lions. The situations aren't comparable, so I don't think it's fair to judge them as if they are. They are going to be improved, and I really am excited to watch the Bears, but stop saying they're going to be the next Rams because it's so annoying.
Yeah, they had one of the best off seasons in the league. Trubisky now is a sporting cast. They got a top 3 player in the draft in Roquan Smith, and got a head coach that will make this offense night and day. But no way they reach the potential of the Rams and Eagles. I'm not even sure they'll get a wild card spot.
Yeah, I mean, they have some pieces, but a lot of these guys just aren't really proven yet. Trubisky, Nagy as a head coach, and that offensive line on offense. And, I mean, they have some pieces on defense. They're a really deep defense, and they added Roquan Smith. But I wouldn't put them in the elite category just yet. But let's talk about the offense. They made some big pickups to improve the weapons around Mitchell Trubisky this offseason. Allen Robinson, Taylor Gabriel, Trey Burton all come in. Are those guys good pickups for the Bears?
Yeah, so Allen Robinson's one of my favorite dudes in the league. He just wants to ball. He is a definite downfield jump ball target, and you can rely on him no matter what. He plays like a less talented A.J. Green. Taylor Gabriel is the ideal slot fit for the Bears offense if they can get Kevin White healthy and playing. Gabriel's not going to be the number 2, but he'd be a perfect slot for this offense. Trey Burton is going to be a good complement to Adam Shaheen. I'm really excited to see how those two do together and how they do in the 2 tight end set that Matt Nagy's going to try and have. And then, all in all, these pickups make a lot of sense, and they're going to fit nicely around Trubisky. And I love Tariq Cohen just kind of being a guy that can do everything. The Bears are going to look really good next year.
Yeah, these are definitely great pickups. This receiving core could be dangerous in the near future. Robinson is going to be a solid number 1. And Gabriel, I think, will be a solid slot and maybe a good deep threat, too. Also, Nagy was an elite coordinator out in KC, so he will really change this offense.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the contracts for those guys were a little expensive and long, especially because Robinson has injury history, and Gabriel and Burton are still young and really haven't had that breakout season yet. I mean, I think the Bears are betting on that. I still like these guys, though, because they have enormous upside. Robinson has already had some great seasons. Gabriel is super speedy, and every time Trey Burton has been able to play outside the shadow of Zach Ertz or Brent Selleck, he has been great. And also don't forget about Anthony Miller, a big athletic target from Memphis that the Bears drafted, and Javon Wims, who had a great Hall of Fame game in the preseason earlier this year.
He's not playing. I don't think that guy. I like Anthony Miller a lot. I don't worry about Javon Wims. I got an update about it today. I don't know. I think there's too many mouths to feed if you start talking about Javon Wims in this Bears offense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about the future, though. I mean, the Bears did spend a draft pick on him, so I think he has a little bit of potential. But let's talk about the defensive side. The Bears finished 10th in total defense last year. Is it a fluke, or are the Bears just a great defense and they'll continue it this season?
Yeah, it was not a fluke. They were incredibly stout all year long. They were 10th in total defense, like you said, 11th against the rush, 7th against the pass, 9th in points allowed, 7th in sacks. Vic Fangio is one of the best defensive coordinators, and there's a lot of credit for him to him for sure. I really like this defense. I do not think it was a fluke.
Yeah, they did stay injury-free for the most part, but it was no fluke, and I expect the same this year. Their secondary was solid last year, and they get everyone back. Also, I love the Roquan Smith pick. He led one of the best linebacker units of all time in college football last year, and he should translate well.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you guys. I mean, they're not super flashy. They didn't have a Pro Bowler last year, but they have plenty of depth and solid players at all positions. Akeem Hicks and Leonard Floyd rushing the passer. Kyle Fuller and Prince Amukamara form a solid secondary. And like Dan mentioned, they added Roquan Smith to the linebacking corps. But I want to hear your guys' record prediction, the Bears' place in the division, and whether they make the playoffs this season.
So yeah, I have them finishing third in the division. They will not make the playoffs because the NFC is too deep. But I think they go 8-8. They have the 8th toughest schedule in the league, but I think 8-8 is about right.
Yeah, 8-8, third, and no. Same with Jason.
I have 7-9 in fourth in the division. I do like the Lions this year, but I don't think the Bears make the playoffs just yet. I think in 1 or 2 years this team could be really solid, though.
Yep.
All right. Any last thoughts on the Chicago Bears?
Monsters of the Midway. Will Roquan Smith be the next guy to add his name to the great linebackers in Chicago Bear history? Dick Butkus, Mike Singletary, Brian Urlacher. And then maybe we'll hear Roquan Smith's name in 15 years. Who knows?
I like it. Yes, sir.
All right. That's all we've got today for the Chicago Bears. You might have heard Jason in the intro talk about a discount for Scooch at 10%. Make sure you go and get your case. We're going to up that offer to 15%. And you also might have heard about a contest. If you comment on this video and then go ahead and subscribe to us on any of our platforms, you will be entered into a contest to win a free Scooch Wingman case. So make sure you go do that and check that out. But that's all we've got for today, and we will see you soon with some more NFL team previews.